The city of Marshfield. Today I have Lori Belangi here, and we're going to learn more about what's happening with the library over this pandemic. As you know, they are closed as of Monday this week. And Lori, we have a thing here about library going virtual.
Yes.
Let's learn all about it, because right now your doors are closed, but your employees are working.
Right, they are, and they're spread out with 33,000 square feet. There's more than 1,000 square feet for each one of them, but we're also doing things in the building in order to make sure that we've got fewer people in the building. So we're flexing time. We will still be available Monday through Friday from 9 till 9 to answer phone calls and email and assist people with getting connected to the electronic resources that we have available to them. 24-hour-a-day Wi-Fi available through we've got the routers are on, and they're sending out broadband access. People can get to it from their cars. We're going to suggest that people stay in their car just to avoid that. You know, when you're talking with somebody, there's an instinct, and you want to get closer than you should. And so we're encouraging people to stay in their car and use the bandwidth that way.
All right, there's no password to that. It's open just like it usually is anyway.
Right. You connect to the router. It'll come up with a page that you need to agree to our policy, which says that you're not going to do anything, basically anything illegal, and then you're able to connect to the internet.
I wonder how far that goes. Do you think it covers most of your parking lot?
I don't. You know, I think your
depends.
best. I would be, if I were doing it, I'd get as close as I could.
Yeah, in your vehicle though.
Yes, but stay in the vehicle. Yeah.
Well, good. That's good information, as people may not have access somewhere, and or don't have their own bandwidth on their phone anymore. They can use yours.
And I think there were people that were using local restaurants and things too.
Yeah, and those
not
are
so
closed.
easy to do anymore. So.
Yeah, so great. That's good information.
Yeah. Well, and we just wanted to make sure people knew that was a possibility for them. We already have gone ahead and extended the due dates for anything anybody had checked out already, and fines have been suspended during this time. And because we don't really know how long it's going to last, we're saying through April 6th, through the 6th. But I'm seeing things that say that it could be longer. So, or, you know, if there was some miraculous change, you know, it could be sooner. But we're starting with the plan for the 6th, and we'll go from there. We're assessing every day. Things are changing by the hour.
They do. Can they still, I should say, drop stuff off through your drive-through, or is that closed?
Yes, they can drop things through the drive-through. We'd prefer that you keep it until we're open again. It's just easier that we don't have to deal with it, because right now we have to quarantine it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's got to have a place to rest while we wait for it to.
Yeah, because the virus does last on some surfaces. We don't know exactly how much.
Yeah, they say 2 to 3 days on hard surfaces if you're not cleaning it. And yes, we could clean the outsides of things. Books paper is a soft surface.
Yep.
And it's inside, and we couldn't possibly clean every page. So we're erring on the side of. I'd seen something that's a couple of sources, reliable sources, that said could be as long as 9 days.
Wow.
So we're going to be quarantining those things for the 9 days.
Especially a book and how people turn the pages.
Right.
You don't want to
touch.
Don't touch. So,
yeah.
That's good. And you only have that. Is there another Dropbox? If there was, I want to encourage it.
No, there are two next to each other, right next to each other.
So that's on the. What side?
It would be on the east side of the building. If you come into the parking lot off of Cedar, drive up to the building, there are two silver handles kind of sticking out of the building, and that's the way you get to them.
So it's March 19th. We're talking about this on a Thursday. Things do change fast. If people are watching this after the fact, which guaranteed will, your library, again, is closed. That means there's no face-to-face contact with the employees.
No face-to-face contact. However, we've got folks there ready to answer the phone, ready to answer any emails that you've got, and ready to assist with making connections for those electronic resources. And we're also taking some time at this point to say, wait, now's a good chance for us to let people know about those electronic resources just a little bit better. So we're
Yep.
making good use of Facebook to make sure that people know what's out there and what the process is to go about making connections for them. We are also setting up, people can, through email, request that we set them up with a temporary account. So if you don't already have a library card, you can get one that'll get you through this time, and then once it's passed, you can come in, show your ID, verify your address, and we'll get you a regular card. But we don't want people to have to wait, especially knowing that they don't have those other resources that they're accustomed to having.
Right. So they can get this online, correct? Go to the website, which is?
It's www.marshfieldlibrary, all one word, .org.
Okay. Now, you have a system that people can actually read books on there, is that right?
We do. It's one of the electronic resources. So if you go to that website, you're going to see our basic web page. Across the top are a number of tabs, and on the far right is one called eSources. When you open that tab, you have a drop down, and there are more than 40 different electronic resources that people have available to them. A couple of those are ebooks. One is Overdrive, and so it's text ebooks. It's also audiobooks. They also have some video, not a great deal. But those are all things that you can, if you set up an account, if you don't have one already, and then you have access to those materials. Now, I will tell you, Overdrive is a shared collection of digital works, and it's shared by the whole state. So chances are there are going to be a lot of other people competing for that. There is a way for you to tell it. You just want to see what's available right now. At this time, that's what I would ask for, because there are just going to be a lot of people in line for some of those most popular things. We have another resource called Hoopla. A very simple sign-up process, and we did do a Facebook post on that just recently about how to do that. That's a collection of books, ebooks, digital audio books, and also video. And you've got a bigger collection of video there. It does have some comic books. With that particular one, there's no waiting ever. If you find it in that collection, you can have it right away. Now, the caveat with that is, because of the way it works, it's a deposit collection. So we put an amount of money on deposit. The library does this for the community. And then each time somebody uses something, we pay a fee. And it's different for different types of material. But when the money's gone, it's gone. And so in order to make this last, we have a limit of 5 items per month. Now, given this situation, we're going to be watching what's happening with that account. What kind of use are we getting, and is it being consumed too quickly, or can we find a way to boost the amount of resources that we can make available? Maybe we can bump it up for a period of time. We might have to back it off depending on how quickly it's going, because we want to make sure people have stuff throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, with people stuck in their homes a lot, and that's going to happen more and more as places are closing more. People have to find stuff to do, and we know the internet is probably overloaded, but that's another source that you got to use the internet to go on. What are you doing maybe on Facebook or anything for our kids, our children, anything there?
Yes, actually, we did a test this morning. Murray did a very brief story time. It was a test. So if people go on now, they could see what the test was. But tomorrow afternoon, he'll be doing live streaming. We're going to do this first with Facebook Live, and then I'm hoping we'll try the Google Hangout, and we'll do a story time that way. So, and I'll tell you, it was funny because we didn't do much for publicity. We had a couple people in-house watching to make sure it went well, but we have had over 250 people look at it already.
That's good.
So the word got out pretty quickly that there was something there.
And are they doing it live then too?
It's live at the time he's doing it.
He's going to do it live.
He's going to do it live.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I mean, and if if it flops, we'll record it and then post it that
Yeah,
way. But
and
that's technology.
It is technology. It should be fine, but you never know. It happens all the time. We're there every day and learning that
Yeah.
stuff, and we go to place to place and hope for the best,
Well,
especially now.
Yeah, the test went really well. So I said to Murray, I said, I think you were meant for this medium. Because he adjusted real quickly in terms of realizing when he was talking to the kids, getting them ready for the story, he was back pretty far, but then realized that, no, he needed to be closer to the camera when he actually had the book. So.
Right, because there's no kids there now. It's
No
the camera
kids,
that is his audience, and yeah. So what daycare? There's still some daycare.
There are some daycares.
And anything that's for kids to do differently, they can tune into that.
That's
so
right.
if we can get that out, people know, and do it tomorrow, which is Friday.
Tomorrow, Friday at 3 o'clock.
But you're going to hopefully do more.
Oh yeah. Then we'll do them at our normal story time times, which there would be another one at 10 a.m. on Monday, and then again the next Friday. So they're Mondays and Fridays.
Okay.
So.
What else do you have that maybe I might be missing? I'm just trying to take it off the top of my head
Let me see
here.
Well, one of the things is like, okay, so what can we do in the library when there aren't any patrons? I mean, I'll tell you, it's really weird to be in that building when we don't have our public there. It just feels empty.
Yep.
But there are a lot of projects we never touch. You keep thinking, oh, I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Right.
Well, now's a moment where we can maybe get caught up on some of those things and be ready when the public comes back.
You bet. And I suppose you're even cleaning somewhat.
We're doing some cleaning.
Yeah,
We're
dusting,
absolutely doing that. There's some relocating of some collections that will
Right.
make them more convenient. And we're also making sure that the staff monitors their own health. It's like, be careful, be cautious.
Yep.
We don't want to be sharing it with each other, and we don't want anybody to take something home from another employee to their family. So we're having everybody kind of keep an eye on themselves. If you have a thermometer, we're asking them to, take their temperature twice a day. And we, worked with Scott Owen with the fire department and got some clarification on what is a fever, what constitutes a fever with this particular virus, and that would be 100 degrees, 104 degrees, 100.4 degrees. 104 degrees, you're in deep trouble.
Yeah, you're not going in at all.
100.4, but even at 100, we want people to be
100,
cautious.
that would be definitely a slight fever, and it needs to be, but don't come in. Is basic,
Don't come in.
And that's anywhere. People should just say that. I don't care where you're at. Out in the pub, stay home is by far and and
wash your hands. Wash your hands.
Yep.
I mean, everything it seems like such a simple thing, but when you read more deeply about what this virus is, that's the best way to take it out.
Well, that's good that you guys are doing some stuff now at the library that are still able to get out to the public, even though they don't come. I mean, and there's a lot with virtual that can be there. But you've already had these programs. Now is a chance for people to try them out.
Well, and doing it online, it's a chance for, we can stretch a little bit, and it's like, well, okay, if we have some difficulty with it, we've got the time to perfect it now, where other times where you're like, okay, well, it's not working, you might give up too soon.
Right.
But it worked the first time, so we've got good hope that it'll keep doing that for us.
Well, before we go, I'm going to have you share your general phone number and then an email address, anywhere people can contact you, since they can't go to the door and knock because you're not going to answer. Is that right?
So while we're closed, we have adjusted our hours a bit. So now we will be available for service Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays from 1 to 5 p.m. So during that time, we'll answer the phones, we'll answer an email question, we'll assist people getting those connected to those electronic resources, all those types of things. So they can call 715-387-8494, and then there's a phone tree, and you just kind of work your way through the tree. The email address, we're just asking everybody to send email to refdesk, that's REFDESK, at marshfieldlibrary.org. and that's Marshfield Library, all one word, and a pretty simple way to access the library.
And all books right now are not going to have a fine.
No fines.
And that's lifted until
Until this is done.
this is done. So no worries to bring it back. They can, actually
Yeah,
better
hang
to
on to
keep
it.
it than bring it right now. So hang on to it until you get further information, which will be available on your website, Facebook, possibly the door.
Well, yeah,
down the
we
road.
do. Yeah, we do post it on signage on the door and
Signage,
things like that.
yeah.
But if people have questions, just give us a call.
Call phone. Right now, our phone is our friend.
Absolutely.
Because-
Yeah, it's funny. It's like all of a sudden we've bounced back into that. For a long time,
Yep.
email was now. I mean, it's almost exclusively email.
Yeah.
But now the phone's ringing again.
Yeah,
so.
the phone is a quicker response because everybody's getting flooded with emails now, and
Right.
phone is instantaneous. And text, well, that doesn't work on our landlines
Right.
because that's a landline, so they need to do that. Well, thank you, Lori, for coming in. I much
Thank you.
appreciated, and hopefully all this stuff will blow over sooner than later.
We want
So we get-
everybody to stay safe and healthy.
Yep, and that's why everybody's doing that. So as more information comes about regarding the library, you can get that on their website, and you can also get it from the city's website, ci.marshfield.wi.us, and you can go under there called City Services, changes to those, and every department is in there, and we refer to the library as a department, you can get information there, and we update that continuously, and things do get changed and deleted because that information is no longer valid. So things could change here in an hour. I doubt if we're going to open for a while, though, at this point.
That would be a real surprise.
That'd be a surprise. But again, thanks for watching. I'm Tom Laux, Communications Director for the City of Marshfield, and stay tuned to our channels throughout the day as we have more information about the coronavirus, both nationally and state, that runs in between our programming. So check that out, and we also have additional religious programs. If you would like to see those, you can always call us at 715-207-0379 if you have questions, or visit our website, marshfieldmediaaccess.org, and that is the access side, even though I'm talking about the city side right now on our channel 991, but we do run the Marshfield Media Access, and that's where you can find out a little bit more information outside the city, and that would be good information for everybody. Again, thanks for joining me. I'm Tom Laux again for the City of Marshfield.